Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Alexandra with This is Improv, and today we're going to have another Monday lesson. So we've talked about Uta Hagen, we've gone through her 6 steps, we've done the 7 key terms actors should know, again from Uta Hagen, and now, my friends, we're going to focus solely on the works of improvisational theater games. Yes. We are going to be talking about Viola Spolin. Why? Why would we talk about her? Well, because she's like Mama Improv. I don't know how else to say it. So I want to go through a little bit of her philosophy of why it's so important and why improvisational games and practices work. So she has a way about doing her theater games. Each game has a goal. That is the key in improvisation, is that every game you play has an end goal. So they go through the process of this, and then there is a problem to be solved, and you must solve it with your group. You must solve it with other people. She really taught the foundation of teamwork in theater games and how you can use each other's strengths and weaknesses to your benefit. Now, she has an amazing quote which in short basically says that anyone can do theater, anyone can be an actor, anyone can do anything they set their mind to. It's all about the experience of it. Once you experience it, you are it. There is no talent or lack of talent that exists in these theater games. There is only you in that present moment. Now, a while ago I talked about play, the concept of play, and she is the biggest advocate of it along with Neva Boyd, who she trained under. I want everyone to realize that these are 2 major women in the theater community that are not talked about enough, because they built that foundation of the theater game. They built that foundation of teamwork, of mental capacity to work as one unit, as a group think, really. Now, these techniques honestly remind me a lot of Meisner. Meisner is very big on synchronicity. He's very big on the group think method, and a lot of his practices and exercises are all about being in sync and one flowing unit, right? Obviously, if more than one person in the theater community is discussing the fact that we should not be separating ourselves from each other, that we are not just one party, that we are not just one actor working alone in this world, that we are actually a group, a large family of people who come together to share our art with the world, I feel like we should pay attention to it. So through focus and attention, the player can be in the present moment at all times, which is everyone's goal when they're doing any sort of theater practice, musical practice. If you're going for a job interview, I hope you're paying attention. One of the beautiful things that she also has involved in her practices is the fact that she pinpoints and exploits the fact that this has nothing to do with your background. Viola makes a very good point that when you are playing, when you are in the moment, your cultural differences, political differences, financial differences, any sort of standing you have in the world, it falls away. Within the spontaneity of the scene, within the excitement, within this moment, you have to be there. And you can't think of what's going on in your world, where your standing is in the world, because you have a situation that you are problem solving in that moment. These games are an expression of freedom for a lot of people. A lot of people use therapy practices for theater. You need to be able to express yourself. You need to be able to talk in public. You're a very nervous person. You're not good in social situations. So you take a theater class, you take a comedy class, you do stand-up, whatever it is that you do. It's all a theater practice because they do help you with social situations. And she really pushed that with her students, which was incredible. She had people from all over the world communicating, and they were getting along because they had a focus. And I want to remind everyone of that focus. When we go into corporate team building, there's always something that they need solved. We don't like to call it a problem, but there is an overlining theme, an overlining objective that they want to get to. You need to help them do that, and you could do that through these theater games, which are just so incredible. Within her theater games, Objects become space objects. Hats are not existent. You're not really supposed to use actual real props. You are supposed to use your amazing brains to create and mold these worlds around you, environments, relationships, cell phones, cereal bowls, all of these things. You are in charge of creating that world. So throughout this comes theatrical transformation, which Spolin states is the heart of what her theater games are. Transformation is you not being you. You in a different world. I could be in space for all I know. Who knows? Am I? We'll never know. So because transformation is the heart of improvisation, it means that any cultural, familial relationships, any approvals or disapprovals that come from those will completely fall away because you're not focusing on that right now. Again, focus, right? You are not focusing on this. You must focus on this because that is what is happening in the present moment. I like to put it into perspective for people who do not do theater as a first responder. If you're a first responder, what are you going to do? Are you going to think about your religious differences when you're trying to save someone? Are you going to think about the way that you appear to the world compared to someone else if you need to save someone? No, you're in the moment. Obviously, that's an extreme example, but you have one focus. Save person, keep person alive, bring person to hospital. Hopefully they won't need that, right? In theater games, you have a focus. Our goal for this game is to bond, get to know each other. So that's your focus. I don't care where you came from. I don't care what you do for work. I don't care what you believe in. That's not a negative. It's a non-judgmental zone of creativity and freedom. And I know it sounds like a big hippie space of love and acceptance, but it really is, because there's no point in focusing on differences when you all have the same goal in that moment. Your goal is to do the game and to play and have fun and learn about each other. And that's what you focus on. So we are not limiting the individual's experience. We are expanding upon it. And we are taking these amazing things that they've learned over the year from their life, bringing it into a scene, because from reality comes comedy, and from reality comes these amazing educational theatrical performances. Theater is education. Art is education. I cannot stress this enough. You learn so much from the world around you. It is incredible what you can find by just paying attention and being present in the moment. And that is exactly what she was trying to teach. She was trying to teach us that, hey, why don't we all just get along? And we use theater while we do it. It expands your professional sense and it expands your personal sense. Her games are non-authoritarian and non-verbal and non-psychological. They are just there. They are a being. They are present, and you don't think twice. It's your first instinct. And I find it so incredible. And it's one of the reasons why we do improvisation as our life. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of the video. I hope that you learned something new today about theater and gained a little bit of appreciation for the beautiful world around you. This is Improv is currently offering virtual classes for improv, writing, corporate team building, personal classes. So you can sign up today at www.thisisimprov.com. We also have a podcast called This is Legends of Yesterday, where we talk about histories, mysteries, and ghost stories of Florida. So if you have a story, something weird, fact, history, mystery, whatever it is, anything that's happened to you in Florida that you find interesting, you can email it to us at info@thisisimprov.com and listen to your story on Spotify and Apple Podcasts under This is Legends of Yesterday. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today for another glorious Monday of Mondays. My name's Alexandra with This is Improv. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Hello, everybody. My name is Alexandra.
And I'm Angelica.
And this is
Legends of Yesterday,
where we talk about histories, mysteries, and ghost stories of South Florida.
And well, the only reason trapped there, so it's like a purgatory kind of hell.
What is around us, then it's really made Davie such a special place.